What is the 5-year rule with owning a home, and how can it affect you as a homeowner? Today we're going to talk a little bit about what the 5-year rule is and how to determine when's the best time for you to sell your home. So there are really two 5-year rules, and the first one has to do with appreciation and making sure that you are getting the maximum amount of appreciation that you can without losing out on some equity in your home if you sell too early. So there are a couple things to take into consideration with this is what the market looks like right now, what the interest rates are like, how much your home has appreciated in the past couple of years, and what your needs are. So do you need to move? Do you have the flexibility to wait? And is it a buyer's or seller's market? So all of those things kind of come into play with, if you're thinking of selling and you've only owned for 3 years, then you should take a look at those with your realtor and figure out if it still makes sense. So the other side of the 5-year rule is that if you have owned your home for 5 years and you've lived in your home for 2 out of those 5 years, you are eligible for a tax write-off of $250,000 of the profits you earn when you sell your home. And the good thing about selling it within 5 years or around that 5-year mark is that you likely won't have appreciated, your home likely won't have appreciated more than $250,000 from when you bought it. So you likely won't have to pay any taxes on the profits at all. That, of course, is case by case, definitely depends on when you bought, how long you've owned, and what the market was like since you bought your home. So those are two things to take into consideration. What are your needs currently? Do you need to sell? If you don't need to sell, let's look at the market. What is the market like now? What is your goal for moving forward into your next home? What do you feel like you need to net profits wise in order to be able to move up to your next home or make your move, start a business, whatever it is that you're looking to do? And then you need to make sure that if you haven't lived in the home for 5 years, you're taking into consideration the fact that you might be paying taxes on the profits. Another thing to mention, if you are married and you have both lived in the home for 2 out of those 5 years, you're actually eligible for a $500,000 deduction. So it pays to be married and living in the same home for a couple years as well. So that's a pretty quick general overview of the 5-year rule, and I definitely recommend to sell around 5 years if you are looking to move up to the next home, because it's going to maximize your appreciation and minimize your taxes that you're paying on your profits. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and